Well, this is going to be mildly fan related. I have some stuff I've been picking up at estate sales to try and sell, just old tools and things like that. That thermos over there, which will weigh. I bought this little scale here. It's good up to 90 pounds. And I thought we'd weigh some fans today, just to test this thing out. I never really used it. You know, this isn't even registering the piece of paper I put on there. I thought I'd have to tear it out, but I don't seem to have to. That's 0.33 pounds there, right? See if the sponge registers at all. 3/4 of a pound. So, you know, doing that, I figured we'd weigh this little guy and maybe the big Emerson and maybe that thing. That's probably the heaviest fan. The only fan that's heavier is Rusty Bob. He's also here. I don't really want to break this thing right out the bat. We'll see. You know, it's not really a big surface, but if you could sit the fan right in the center, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't really know how to use that. Okay, that's back to normal. Alright, so I just don't want to mar this surface up yet. This damn thing's new. So I'm going to leave that on there. I'm going to tear it out. And we'll put the fan on there. Alright, now I got the damn thing set, ready to go. Put him down, and it's 3.6 pounds for the little made right. Alright, let's see what else we got that we can deal with. I really want to get the big Emerson tank motor fan on there, but it is really heavy. Probably not 100 pounds, but boy, this is good for 90 pounds, so 100 pounds would be stupid anyway. But we're not gonna work my way up to it. I'm gonna try this fan. We used this fan a lot, right? But I haven't done a video about it since I made it. It's sort of Franken fan. This is the Holmes blade, and let's throw it up there and see what it weighs. It's a pretty light fan. 7.180. Alright, let's find something heavier. Here's a thermos I'm going to try to sell. I liked it because it's Stanley. I don't think it's that uncommon. I don't know. I thought it was cool. See if somebody wants it. Whatever. Let's see what it weighs. 2.7. So we're going down, not up. Marvin weighs in about 6.9. Almost 7 pounds for Marvin the Martian. Let's throw the Vornado B28-1A1 sauce CBC, whatever. Let's throw it on there. I'm going to have to change my method. I have to get something bigger because this big. The base of this is wider than what you've got there. Alright, I got it set up here. I'm going to tar it out, or however you're supposed to say that. And let's get him on there. The Vornado comes in at 14.5 pounds, a little heavier than 14.5 pounds. Biggest one so far. Alright, we'll still tear it out. It shut off. Looks like we're still tarred out. Yet we are. So it goes back, and then let's see if we can. I should be able to get this base on there even. We'll see what it weighs. Alright, the little Westinghouse comes in at 11.5, a little more than 11.5 pounds. Well, we're still zeroed out. I think it's time to take the Emerson and throw it on here. Let's see if we can do that without breaking both or either of any of the items. Alright, so the big motor 6-blade Emerson weighs just about 25 pounds, a little more, 25 pounds. Almost 21. Alright, so we're doing okay. I have a feeling that's heavier than that. I think that's going to be about 35 pounds. Let's find out. Alright, this one, the Variac. Let's see, it's zeroed out. Let's throw it up. 10.5 for the Variac. I had a feeling that was going to be the number. I paid 10 bucks for it. Buck a pound ain't bad. Alright, now on to one of my favorite fans. One of my earlier finds too. That thing's barking at me. I love this fan. It's definitely heavy. I love it. It's cool. I'm probably going to do a rat rod style restoration on this. Probably sand it a little bit and clear coat it like you would do if you patina on a car. I don't know. We'll see. So it's not exactly flat on the bottom. This is a rough fan. It doesn't like to sit flat. Some of these 50s fans, they weren't that worried about that, and they would have big enough feet on them that it didn't matter. So it's not exactly flat. I don't know how we're going to do it. We're going to try. I'm going to put this is fairly narrow, but it's wide enough, and I just have to use the clipboard with the thing in the back so that I can get the fan to sit this way. It might be hard for us to see our number. I have to tear this out there. And we're still at, see, we're not going to be able to see our number. This whole experiment is moot if we can't see the number. Alright, I'm going to try again. So the board isn't quite flat, but I think when we put the fan down, we'll do our best to make sure that we get it here, and it shouldn't be a problem. If we put the fan back this way, it's going to not be good. So we'll see if we can do it right without breaking anything. I'm thinking again, 30 pounds, 32, 35? Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. It's definitely heavy. The Westinghouse box fan comes in at 31.5, 31.5 pounds for the Westinghouse. And we're going to go for the title fight versus Rusty Bob. And in the left corner, Rusty Bob! Ding, ding, ding! Okay, let's see what he does. See if we can get him on there. Rusty Bob's in the ring. He's fighting, but he's on the ropes. He's on the ropes, and he goes down in a technical knockout. 26 pounds, 40, 26. Not enough. Not enough. And 58 Westy takes it. Westinghouse takes it at 32. I don't have anything that's really heavier than these. Maybe one of the stand fans or something like that, but I think it's 58 Westinghouse box fan for the win. Not that that's a light fan, but there you go. So this has been fun. Can't wait till next summer we have more fans out and you see what they weigh. So there you go. Thanks for watching. This has been pretty silly, but fuck it, right? Whatever. Check yous later. Alright, although it's not a light fan, it's definitely light compared to these two brutes. But we don't get the opportunity too often to take it out of the box and take a look at her. So here she is, the early 50s Lasko with the Westinghouse motor. It's a snap switch 2-speed. It's a pretty cool fan. It's got some old dude's name on it. It's got the sticker showing that we are indeed, we do have our Westinghouse motor. Tear it out, and we'll bring them over. It's probably like 18, 19 pounds, maybe 20. I don't know. It's not as heavy as these. We'll see. Yeah, she comes in around 22.125. So, pretty light fan. It does have the Venturi ring and all that, but it's a little bit lighter. And just because we got it out, we'll go ahead and run it. I love to run this thing. Oh, here's the Lasko. I think it's high, low, off, if I remember correctly. It's at 3.69 amps, which sounds like a lot. Down to low. It takes a while to slow all the way down to low. That's it right there about, and that's at 2.12. Let's take a look and see if it says anywhere when it's supposed to draw. All right, from what I can tell, we've got is this Lasko badge, and you can hear it needs thrust bearings. And this thing here that doesn't tell us much. What does that say? T something? There's something written in that lower part of that label. That might be the motor number. T2836. Interesting. But it doesn't say anything about how it's supposed to run. There's nothing on the back of the fan. There's no sticker underneath it. There's a label on the motor, but we've never gotten that far. I've never had this fan apart. You can see I've never really cleaned it. Still got its original dirt and crap on it. It just lives in the box there. And I think that there's probably information on that sticker, but it's covered in dirt and grime and might have been painted, I don't know, painted over. I'm not really sure, but I don't think we're going to get any information off of that at the moment. If you have one of these that has the Westinghouse motor and it runs cool, let me know what it draws, because I don't know, that seems like a lot, but it's a huge motor. And it doesn't seem to be. It's not giving any other evidence that it's not running nice. So let's do, see if we can get a sound. Now, when people do a startup sound, they come back here to the motor, but I'm not sure that's your answer. I think that in my opinion, the startup sound is generated by the 60 cycles, the vibration in the motor being transmitted through the blades. That's why plastic blade fans don't do it. But the aluminum, the metal bladed fans, they send out that resonance just like a cymbal would or something like that. Musical instrument type thing. I think that's why the plastic blade fans don't have much of a startup sound. Again, just an opinion. First speed will be high. Spin it down here. You hear more buzzing than anything. There is a spin down startup sound, but it's overpowered by the buzzing. I don't know why, and I don't know if I don't know if that's going to, let's see. You can see the rotor in there spinning around. Anyway, so that's that. It spins down for a while. Again, it's never been apart. I have another theory. I have a few fans I've gotten back together, and they don't really spin down a long time. I know they're free, like the Arctic Air. Grandinette was saying, yeah, that's should spin down longer, but I think what happens is a lot of these fans haven't been oiled in so long. There's a thin sheen of oil in there, but not a lot. And when you oil it, put a whole bunch of oil in between the bearing and the shaft and everything. I think that adds resistance. You know, the oil protects the metal parts, but it adds resistance. Just as if you ran, you know, in heavier oil in your car, it would change how the engine runs. You're supposed to run thinner oil in the winter. In the old days, you would run thinner oil in the winter because it would make the engine easier to turn over. Anyway, so that's my thought on spin down and oil. I think that's a factor because there's nothing wrong with that Arctic Air. It just spins down slow. Slower than you'd expect, but I think it's running fine. So we'll see. You know, this one spins down so nice. It'd be interesting to see the difference when we, if we ever get this apart, oil it and clean and do the whole thing. I'd like to figure out what to do about the buzzing. I think that one of the things you can do is varnishing the windings. And I have an old fan that an old motor. This is actually the motor that came out of the Holmes fan that donated the blades to the Franken fan we just saw. Now this is this does work. I hooked it up to it was a 2-speed electronically controlled fan, but it's a 3-speed motor, as you can see. I hooked it up to a Lakewood switch and it runs. So I think next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as an experiment to varnish it and see if I can do see if it dries properly. We'll see. Yeah, so there's a few fan items. So that's that. Thanks for watching this and listening to me talk. I don't know why you do that, but I appreciate it. Comment if you like. I enjoyed weighing these fans, kind of fun. So there you go. Thanks for watching.